Hi everyone, I'm Terry, and this is the Yarnjoy podcast, episode number 155. Welcome. Well, I have one finished object to show you today, but I have lots of whips, so let's just get started. So for my finished objects today, well, one finished object, I finished the ostrich I was working on. This comes from the book Happy Gurumi. I did get this off of Amazon, and I can put a link below in the description box where you can find this book, but I have also been hearing that people have been finding this book at Dollar Tree for $1. So you might want to check that out and see. My Dollar Tree doesn't have any sort of craft books, but you might be one of the lucky ones that has a Dollar Tree that has craft books, and you might be able to find it. Okay, so like I said, I finished the ostrich that's in that book. So here is my ostrich. The only thing I did different is the way they had it. They had the legs stuffed all the way up, and I decided to take a little bit of the stuffing out and close the leg up, so that way you can kind of put him in a sitting position. Now, he will not sit. He falls backwards, but if you prop him up against something, he will be able to sit. Because he obviously does not stand by himself, but I just decided to do that so that way you'd have the option of that he could sit. But anyway, I think he turned out really cute. Okay, see the little tail in the back. Okay, so that is my only finished object for this week. So let's go on to works in progress. Okay, so for my first works in progress, I've worked a little bit more on my Lost in Time shawl. This is a crochet along that is going on by being hosted by Christy of Crochet Creations by Christy and Kim, who is the Crafty Nomad here on YouTube. They're both on YouTube. Anyway, they decided to do this. They're calling the crochet along the lit crochet along. No, what time is lit? So L-I-T, which is Lost in Time shawl. Okay, so here is my progress on the shawl. I've got, let's see, I'm showing it to you backwards, sorry. Okay, so here it is. Make sure my stitches don't come pulling out. Okay, so I've got all the way down. I finished the purple section, and now I am in the green section. Now I am doing this in Lion Brand Mandala Gnome. Yeah, right? Yes, gnome. And so I'm still on my first cake. I just finished my third repeat, I think. Or second repeat of the repeating pattern. Yeah. So it was like the original repeating part, or the original part, and then repeating it twice so far. Okay, so that's how much it's got, and I will show you. I'm still, like I said, in my first cake, and I have it in my little yarn keeper that I designed, the pattern, which is in my Etsy shop, by the way. But anyway, let me pull out. I still have two more colors in this colorway. I've got finishing the green, and then it goes into this aqua color, I guess you'd call it, and then I will start the second cake. And I'm thinking that it's probably gonna take about a cake and a half all together. We'll see. Right now you just keep repeating the pattern and until you get the size that you want. So anyway, that is my Lost in Time shawl. And I will link in the description box all the links to get any of these patterns. This is a free pattern. Of course, this one came from a paid book, but I think everything else I'm doing today, yes, are free patterns. Okay, so so that is works in progress number 1. Works in progress number 2 is the llama tote that I've been working on. This is where I'm following a chart and crocheting an image into the piece, and it's going to be a tote bag. It's like the one I did for the flamingo bag, and this is a request. Somebody's wanted me to do one but with a llama on it, and so I'm using the chart that is by let me think about it now. Oh, Make and Do Crew, okay? And I will put a link below in the description box where you can find the chart. It's the same chart that I followed when I made the llama blanket, okay? And it's for the same person. So, so that this time, instead of doing it corner to corner, which made it a whole lot bigger, big blanket size, I'm just doing the basic Grafghan stitch with single crochets, and you follow the chart horizontally, okay, back and forth. And so here is my progress. I think last week I showed you I was in the saddle part, and see, I have finished the saddle completely, and now I'm working here on the neck. And of course this is a bridle that'll be going around a few times the neck of the llama, okay? So that is my progress so far. It is 15 inches wide, this piece, and it should be about that much tall, I think. Anyway, when I'm finished, okay? So this will be the front panel of the tote bag, and then let's see, I picked out, it will be lined, the back panel will be striped. I'm just going to use the same colors that I used in the front piece, and it's going to be a repeating stripe sequence for the back panel. And then I'm going to use these two fat quarters. They're identical, but it's a gray houndstooth print, and I've got these at Walmart. And so I'm going to be using this as the lining material of the fabric, of the tote. And then I'm going to pick out one of the nylon webbings that I used, the same thing that I used for the flamingo bag. Here's a white one, it's right here. It's a collection of, I think it's called nylon webbing, but I will put a link below in the description box where I got this, and it came in 8 colors. And so I'm thinking that this one, it will either have black straps or the white, possibly, because the other colors wouldn't go with it, I don't think. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing for the tote bag. On to the next works in progress. I started, now that I'm finished with the ostrich, I always like to have an amigurumi on the go, and so, or in progress. And so I told you last week I was going to start Jazzy the unicorn, and I will pop in a picture here of what Jazzy's going to be looking like. Okay, so that's the pattern I'm going to be using. It's by Jess Huff. I love her amigurumis. I've done several of her patterns. I just love her designs. And so I have started Jazzy. Let's see. But I've only gotten one arm done. But the colors I'm using is, I love this yarn in white, and then I decided to do the hooves in Red Heart Super Saver Buff, okay? And then I think I showed you last week that I showed you a variegated, very bright variegated Caron Simply Soft that I was going to do for the mane and the tail, but I don't know, now I'm kind of second guessing it. I might use, oh, let me show you, I've got it right here. So last week I said I was going to use this bright stripe stuff for the mane and tail, okay? But I'm thinking instead of this, I might go more, because it is for a baby, I think. And so, yeah. So what I think I might do is I'm thinking I might use this. It's kind of it's a pastel, it's a more pastel. It does have lots of colors in it. This is Big Twist Value yarn in, it's called Nursery Rhyme. And so I'm trying to see if you can see the color. I might use that. Let me see, can you see that? Oh, no, it blows it out when I get close. Sorry. I'm still figuring out the lights. I think where I have the light is just not in the right place. So, anyway. But I might use this. It's not quite as bright and in your face as this. So, I don't know. Stay tuned and we'll see which one I end up using. Okay, so that is Jazzy Unicorn. Of course, I've got lots of work to do on her because I've only got an arm. Oh, and I do have one other hoof done, and that's it. So, I'm working on her. Okay, and then the fourth works in progress that I'm working on is for this month, it is for the Stash Buster 2020 challenge that is hosted by Crystal of Chronically Crocheting. She has this little wheel and she spins the wheel, and then whatever it lands on is the project we're supposed to do. And so this time it landed on 4th of July theme, which I thought that was awesome. And so I went through and tried to find a project I wanted to do for 4th of July, or had a 4th of July theme. And so I decided to do the 4th of July wreath, because I do have one 12-inch styrofoam wreath form that I hadn't done anything with yet. It's a ring, and so I've decided to go ahead and cover it and go ahead and do it, make a wreath out of it. And so I found this pattern. It's called the 4th of July wreath, and it is by Petals to Picots. Okay, I will link it below. And so I did start working on that. And I will tell you one thing about it, is it's a good idea to have your wreath form already, so that way you can try the piece on to make sure the piece will wrap around the wreath, okay? Because I had to, it calls for a G hook, and it said, I think, chain 19 and then do 8, and then, turn it and do 18 single crochets across. Okay, so I did that, and then I tried it on the wreath. I just did like 3 or 4 rows, and it did not fit. I mean, well, it did, but I'd have to really stretch it really tight to get it on there. And so I decided to, and it does say in the pattern that if you need to, you can add more stitches to make it a little wider, so then it will wrap around your wreath and the ends will meet each other. Okay, so I'm using the same hook size, a size G, which is a 4mm hook, but I ended up doing, I think, 4 more chains. Let me see. First I chained 25, which made 24 single crochets across. That was too much. It like overlapped, so I didn't want to do that. Pulled it out, pulled out 2 more, so I think I chained 23. And then now it fits really well, and I don't have to stretch it too far, and so, which is good, because that way you can't see the white wreath through the holes of the stitches if you stretched it too far. But anyway, long explanation. Just make sure you have your wreath first. That way you can size it up against your wreath. Okay, so here is my progress so far. This is what I've done. Okay, now it said to do the blue section first. Oh, well, I'll pop in a picture here so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's the wreath I'm making. Okay, so it said to start with the blue, do the blue section first, and then do the red and white stripes. Well, I was afraid that I would get all the way around the wreath, because everybody's tension is different. And so I was thinking that what if it ended up where it wasn't even, like I had like 1 row. I couldn't do like the same size stripe at the very end before I had to connect it to the blue. And so what I decided to do is because the blue can pretty much be, it's the biggest piece of it, okay? And so I started with the blue, so that will be where I'll be connecting it. And I just did like 2 rows, okay? And then I went on to the pattern, which is 4 rows of red and then 4 rows of white. This is all single crochets, okay? And you just repeat that, alternating your colors. I am not cutting my yarn. I'm just pulling it up the side here as I'm going along. And because this part, of course, will be in the back where the seam is. And so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 rows of red, or stripes of red so far. And I think in the pattern it shows where you end up on a red one, and it's the 10th one, okay? And then whatever length that is, then I will connect the blue again, and then finish it up, and I'll just keep putting it on the wreath until it is where it'll meet with this end, okay? So that's my plan. And then, of course, I will do the stars and stitch the stars on. So that's what I'm doing with that wreath. I think it's going to be really cute. I haven't made a wreath in a while. I made the fall wreath. You might have seen this past fall had some pumpkins on it. I think that is the only wreath I've done since I made that one, which was probably 2 years ago or something. So anyway, I'm excited to have this. It will go along. I will probably put it, well, I have a bee. I really like that cute little bee banner too, but I will put it somewhere up there somewhere so that you can see it in the back with my videos during 4th of July season. And you see I did change out my spring banner and put my summer design banner there. It's not quite summer yet, but it's June, so it's close enough. And so I put that there, and that pattern is up in my Etsy shop now, available for purchase if you want to purchase it's the pattern, of course, not the project, so go ahead and visit the Etsy shop and see if you want to pick that up, and you can, and the spring banner is also in the Etsy shop as well. Okay. Oh, and then I know y'all probably know this because you've been watching me, but the fall banner that I did is free, and it's on my Facebook group, Yarnjoy Podcast, in the files. If you're not part of that or not on Facebook, just feel free to email me at my Gmail account down below, and I will send you the PDF file for the fall banner, which includes links where I did a crochet along, and I take you through practically step by step on making each piece and putting it together and everything. It's very detailed crochet along that I did. Okay, so let's see. And the only other thing I worked on is I worked on the Whip Wall Wednesday project that I've been working on, and I'm almost finished with that. I filmed my Whip Wall Wednesday episode number 9 yesterday, and it will be I will link it below. If you haven't watched it yet, and you'll see my progress on that project. It will probably be a finished object next week, but I'm showing all my progress and stuff in the Whip Wall Wednesday series videos, so check that out. Okay, now on to upcoming. Like I said, I had the Whip Wall Wednesday video number 9 already posted, already posted, yes, here on YouTube. I'll put a link below. I recently got some happy mail that I'm so excited about, and so I will be doing a separate video showing the happy mail that I received. And let's see, what else? Oh, and then just today it was released for the Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge, the next challenge for the month of June, and that one is being hosted by Christy of Tea Doddles and Christy of Crochet Creations by Christy. And so anyway, I just watched that, and so the June's theme for this project is a garden theme, and so now I need to think of something that I'm going to make that is garden related in some way or fashion, and so that'll be exciting to find out, or to find a project and see what I do with that. Okay, so that is upcoming. And then also, of course, this is a new month, so that means my preemie hats. I'll be doing my 3 preemie hats for the month, so I need to get started on that one. Probably maybe next week I'll either have one works in progress or it will be complete. The first one of the 3, which is meeting my goal, and of course this is for the Halloween hat drive that I participate in each year, and donate to a local NICU here in my city. Okay, and then what else is next? Oh, I wanted to also tell you that there's a new crochet along. Well, actually, it's called a make along or a give along, and it's the same one that I did last year, where I made all the little backpack buddies. And this is being hosted by Amber of Ooh Ah Crochet and Bonnie of Strawberry Bonnie Crochet. And you can what is going on there is you're making things for charity, okay? And so their basic charity that they're doing it for is Garfield Elementary, which is the school that Amber's children attend, and it is a below poverty level school, and so they are always in need of hats and mittens and scarves and little things that they could have for the kids. Now Amber did say that they don't need hats this year, but they want to focus more on mittens, okay? But also, and this is elementary, let's see, kindergarten or pre-K all the way up to 5th grade, I think. And so also what I'm not that big of a mitten maker, but I do enjoy making the backpack buddies, and they do like small toy type items like the backpack buddies, bookmarks, little small pocket-sized loveys or stuffed animals type things, you know. And of course, it doesn't have to be, they don't have to be crocheted or knitted, or they can be something that you sew or just pick up and donate. So I have a few ideas of things that I'm going to be participating in giving and donating, and I will share what I'm going to be making and the links and things to the items that I'm using when I start making stuff for this give along. And she will have a drawing for the participants. Amber's going to have a album in her Facebook group, and so will Strawberry Bonnie Crochet, where you can post pictures of your finished objects. Now, you don't have to send these items to that charity, to Amber. You can make the items and then donate to a local charity in your area. But if you do send stuff for the children, the Garfield Elementary, which would be sending it to Amber's address, then you get an extra entry in the end of the give along prize, the drawing they're gonna have. Okay, so that charity, that give along is going to start now, actually a couple of days ago, June the 1st, and it's going to be going into August the 15th. And so I will link in the description box below a video that Amber did explaining all about this even more, this give along. So, so anybody that wants to take part in that, then please do. Okay. So that's a lot of information. So I think I'm gonna go. I hope y'all see, you can hear I'm from Texas because I say y'all. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for my subscribers, my new subscribers, the subscribers that have been with me from the beginning. I'm almost to 9,000 subscribers, guys. I'm so excited. I'm like less than 100 subscribers away to reach 9,000, and then of course 10,000 will be the next mark, and I will be doing a giveaway for the 10,000 when we reach the 10,000 subscriber mark. But I'm so excited. I just love meeting new people and sharing my love of yarn with everybody and yarny things. And please go over and join my Facebook group, so that way you can post pictures of what you're working on and I can see what you're doing. And we always love to share the projects that we're working on with each other there. And of course that Facebook group is Yarnjoy Podcast. Okay, so now I'm gonna go. So be looking for that Happy Mail video upcoming. Probably this weekend I'll be posting that. So everybody have a great weekend, and we will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.